Okay, so Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock in his face for making a joke about Jada, Will Smith's wife. And in this video, what I want to talk about is if Will Smith slapping Chris Rock makes him a hero or just a simp.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me. Wow, dude.
So the joke that Chris Rock made was saying that Jada Pinkett could act as G.I. Jane in a sequel of the old movie. Anybody who watched the old movie knows G.I. Jane is a bald lady, right? So like he made the entire joke because Jada is bald. And Will Smith got mad. He went up the stage and he slapped Chris Rock in the face. Now, Chris Rock played it, he made it seem like it wasn't anything, but then Will Smith went back to his seat and he yelled, "Don't talk about my wife," or something like that, right? So that was how the entire crowd knew it was serious. So I later found out that Jada Pinkett has a condition, right, where a hair loss condition called alopecia, and that's why she's bald. So that's probably why she got emotional, thereby Will Smith getting emotional and slapping Chris Rock. Anybody who watched the video knows that Will Smith was laughing initially until he noticed his wife, looking kind of sad, and then he went up the stage and he slapped Chris Rock. Now, like I said, it is understandable, right, why both of them would get emotional. But at the same time, I don't think there would be comedy, right, if every single person who got offended could get up the stage and slap the comedian. I don't think there'll still be comedy. Because realistically, you can't tell me that Will Smith hasn't laughed at so many other jokes targeted at different people. Like you just can't tell me that, right? He has found it funny, and so has the entire world for the last 100 years. You understand? So that's basically what comedy has always been. Yes, I could understand why he would get that angry, right? I'm not saying assault is good, but I could understand that. But at the same time, that's basically what comedy has always been, right? If you want to put comedy in a box where you say they have to be politically correct, they have to be moral, they have to try to not be offensive, then it's not comedy anymore. It's basically a different craft altogether. So this is one of those situations where you have to look at the big picture, right? As I'm talking of in terms of Will Smith now, right? If you were in Will Smith's shoes, you're in a situation where you kind of have to stand up for your wife, right? Which I agree, but I just think there are better ways of standing up for your wife than, going up the stage, slapping the dude and screaming at him. I also heard that Chris Rock didn't press charges, and he could have. You understand? He could have pressed assault charges, but he didn't, right? And if you are looking at the whole picture, he came out being the hero. He got slapped, he laughed about it, he finished the show, and he still didn't press charges. Do you understand? He didn't act emotionally at any point. So like when you look at the entire picture, he came out being the hero. I'm not saying Will Smith is a bad person or anything. I understand why you would want to stand up for somebody you love. I just think there are better ways to do it. Will Smith himself has starred in so many comedy movies, right? You would think he understands that most times or once in a while, comedy has to get offensive to be funny. Honestly, if you try to put comedy in this box, right, where you can't be offensive, it's a very different thing altogether. And something else that sucks is Will Smith basically put himself under fire, right, for Jada Smith. And if you look at the reason why he did it, you would say this is an amazing man. He's standing up for his wife. He's not going to let someone who he loves be, disrespected. That should be a good thing. But when you look at the entire context, the fact that he's doing it for Jada, someone who disrespected him the last 5 years, just makes it very sad, right? And it's just something I feel like guys should learn from. Don't be with a woman who doesn't see you as the prize. Don't be with a woman who isn't willing to sacrifice for you. Like who doesn't see you as being important enough as herself. Because this entire thing would have been, to me personally, right, I might not have really batted an eye if this was a very equal union. Not equal, but if this was a relationship where Jada saw him as important as he saw her. But we all know how she looks at him. So it's kind of weird because, he's putting in all this effort for somebody who wouldn't do the exact same thing if the roles were reversed. Overall, I just hope guys watching this should learn that as hard as it may be, I know it is very difficult, we should try to put logic over emotion as much as we can. as much as we can, right? This is one of those situations where he could have looked at her, felt the emotion, he would feel emotional, but then he would tell himself, should this emotion spur me to go up there and slap a comedian in front of the entire world? So like logic at that point would help him like gauge the entire situation and understand that he could go up there, he could say some words that will make the entire crowd clap, and he wins the entire situation. Do you understand? He would take the mic from Chris Rock, he would say this, and the entire crowd is on his side. But the fact that he assaulted him, right, and put himself in harm's way, because if the case went to court, he would lose, right? The fact that he did that does not make him the hero in my eyes. I feel like there are better ways that he could have come at the entire situation. Comedy has never been this beautiful thing where, you know, you only say things that are, you know, pleasing to hear. No. Most jokes that are made are usually at the expense of others. It's not the best thing, but that's the reality of things, right? So if every single offended person, right, were to come out there and hit the comedian, there wouldn't be comedy.